Okay, so again, equity. Equity is all students need access to test credit, whether they're high performing, low performing, or anywhere in between. Okay, and again, that's a very big challenge for all principals. What TestNet does is it gives you that equity and it gives you that access as well. So I've been given permission to admit people. So there's multiple learning environments. This can be used in school with teacher-led instruction. It can be used hybridly, which is what you're going to be seeing over the summer. And it can also be done completely virtually. So the system can actually learn about your child and be a virtual hybridly, which is what you're going to be seeing over the summer. And it can also be done completely virtually. So the system can actually learn. Okay. So here are some of the components of the program. And by the way, if you have any questions, why don't we save them for the end, and then I can go back and we can answer questions. And then folks at home, if you have any questions, you can go into they have access to chat. Please go into the chat, and Lisa will let me know what those questions are. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. So one aspect of this is machine learning. And machine learning, basically what it does is the system analyzes not only whether your child is getting a problem right or wrong, but how are they going about your child attacking that problem. And there's several different strategies that they can use. In addition to that, it's tracking the amount of time that students are taking to answer a question. And that's really important because that is a time test. So maybe your student is maybe the child got the answer right, but if it took them 5 minutes, that's a problem. So the system is going to look at all of those different components and help the student understand different strategies for answering questions. That's a part of artificial intelligence. It's incredibly sophisticated, and what it allows the system to do is to almost be a live tutor based on learning how the student is strategizing about each question. So we also have the wisdom of the crowd. So there are tens of thousands of students across the country that are using TestNet, and we're able to see that across the country, most students used this strategy to answer that question. And here's how long it took. So what the system's going to do is help them understand what the best and fastest way is to answer this question correctly based on what other students are seeing around the country. So it's personalized practice. It mimics the SAT in terms of content, and it pinpoints the best and fastest strategy to lead to the right answer. And again, it's an online mentor, so it's learning about how your students think. And it's part of an artificial intelligence system that can really be, it's almost like having a personal teacher there to help you. So we have a proprietary system that captures the three major methodologies of how to problem solve. So the very important thing about SAT and these higher order tests and the Regents is that students have to think critically and attack problems from different angles in order to do well on these tests. So the three methodologies are precise, which is that the student directly solves the problem. And that's the most common methodology and the strongest methodology that students come to at the beginning of this. Because basically it's the way we learn in school and the way they're taught. Here's a problem, solve it. There's other methodologies though, and one of them is called the alternative method. So with the alternative method, students are going to arrive at the right answer without necessarily knowing the underlying reason. So that's going to save them a lot of time in terms of having to solve a full problem, but intuitively knowing, okay, this is probably the right answer. And then there is logical, where students apply an understanding of how a problem works to arrive at the right answer. So instead of solving the problem, they can kind of figure out how that problem works and then come to the right answer, again, saving them time. So just to recap, most students come very strong in the P, or precise methodology. And typically they don't do as well in the alternative and logical. So what the system's going to do is identify that, and then all along the way, whether it's the pre-test, the lessons, or the practice in applying those lessons, the system is going to offer them, this is the way you would solve this using the alternative method. Okay, so it knows where they're strong, knows where they're weak, and then it gives very explicit instruction on how to think in different ways and multitask and really engage in higher order thinking. So cognitive flexibility is really an important element in learning, not just for test prep in SATs, but for life, right? So students are going to get into college and they're going to be expected to think very, looking at complex problems and really think at a higher level. So this is prepping them for life, and certainly in careers, students are going to be expected to be able to look at things from a multitude of different directions. So cognitive flexibility is an awareness of my own strengths. Adaptability is to switch amongst different strengths. So as as Test Ahead builds those strengths for alternative and precise learning, the students are going to have strengths in all of these different categories, and they're going to be able to be adaptable and apply those. And it's going to give students the confidence to look at a problem that's requiring a lot of thought and tackle it, and do well on it. So that's it for my presentation. I'm going to stop the share. And so, Melissa, are you checking chat?
Yeah, no.
Hi, everybody out there in Zoom land. Feel free to ask any questions. And are there any questions of you all, from you all? I think I heard a breath. Absolutely. Here, you want them to see you? Oh, yeah.
So I have the pleasure of trying this program out with students in my class. And we don't normally push out programs without trying them, but I'm not really going to get to have the honor of doing it. And he and I actually enjoy custom. The system navigates students and gives them an opportunity to make some choice. And it gives them a direction and a path that's created by what they know and don't know. So when we decided to purchase this for everyone, we are also offering teacher support during the summer, doing a hybrid model. But I'm going to be very honest. SAT prep is a very independent process. It is something that our children need to do one-on-one. They maybe could go to someone who could give them other strategies, but it's them learning how to take the test. And this program does that. So we will be sending out the information on how to log in. How many sophomore parents do we have? Sophomores, raise your hands. Be sophomore or sophomore. Okay, you're the ones who really need this. What grade is your child? Yes. We will be offering the SAT in October for our juniors this year. So it's the current sophomores who will be juniors, which is what is required for National Merit Scholarship. The current juniors who will be seniors, that's a large majority of our children in this room. Most schools are still going to be test optional. I know I'm breathing. But thank you. sharing this opportunity with us and being here to present these records.
And I look forward to seeing you again. Talk about how it went. All right.
Thank you for that presentation. And thank you, Mrs. Coyne, for always looking for ways to enhance virtual learning and education. Okay, so we're gonna, since we've been at it, we're gonna go back to Christine for the president's report. I'm sorry, treasurer's report. It's hot in here. We'll do that. Sad.
This year. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the treasurer's report for this month. The opening balance was $13,953. We've spent $2,207. What else?
No, that's okay. You can.
Oh.
I'm saying you're not going anywhere. She's gonna have control. Oh, yeah. Oh, so we need 2 people to approve the treasurer report.
John.
All right, John and Eric. You got that?
Thank you.
Okay. So I know. So that brings us to the president report. And I have to tell you guys, it's so difficult having you guys behind us and some people in front of us. But we truly appreciate everyone who is in person with us, and for those of us that are participating by Zoom, we appreciate that. So at this point, we just want to thank everyone for your support throughout the year. It's not just the monetary donations or the participating in the fundraising events that we had, but showing your support by going to the games, posting wonderful things about the school, coming to the check-ins on Tuesday nights, showing your support in any which way that you have throughout the year. And so we just want to say thank you for that. We also want to say thank you to the staff. The staff here is just incredible. Yes. Starting from the top down, you guys, hats off. I don't know how you guys do it, but we are very grateful. So thank you for all that you do. Also, I just want to give a special shout out to the guidance department, because they've gone through so much, not only with our children, but with us parents, between the pandemic and just concerns and issues, program changes, you name it, it goes to them. So I just want to give a special shout out to them for all that they do.
And of course, we want to thank Mrs. Madison.
Amazing.
And she helps us out and has to put up with our nonsense like all the time. And she's so graceful when she does it. She's just really awesome. Yeah, we love you.
Yes. Thank you. So at this point, we do want to recognize 2 outstanding staff members that I don't even know where to start. But yeah, I guess now you know why we're here. So the first one that we want to present, I'm not going to say her name yet. So there's more to what I know that she does. So as a parent, I know her as the softball photographer, because if you look at Lou, she's capturing some awesome photos of the girls on the softball team, okay, wherever they are, away or home. Luz is the designer of all the swag, all the everything, the signage, you name it. If your kids are probably wearing the designs that she has created, okay? I don't know, is the bumper sticker, that's all Luz. So Come, Luz, I want everybody to see who you are. So this is the face to the designs, okay? Luz is everywhere, okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah, go ahead. So the one thing that I think stands out and touches my heart, and Linda, and I think the rest of administration and staff, is that no matter what, she's 5 steps ahead of us. So without even having to ask, she's already done, or she's on the way, or it's gonna happen, and she's gonna make it happen. And for that, but truly, you're amazing. And you know I tell you that all the time. Lovely, and thank you. We appreciate you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
And focus on
We
me.
appreciate
Yes.
it. Thank you.
She has a tough job, and I don't know how she does. Oh, Mrs. Cohen, where you going? You're next. Oh, wait, I haven't done this. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we have to. Okay, so he's right behind you. Okay, so before we move on to the next person, we'll get back to that person. We just want to say to all the senior parents, what senior parents do we have here? We want to thank you for all your years of support here and for choosing Madison as your school. And thank you, because you guys are so supportive, and we can't thank you enough. Do come back. Don't forget, the Alumni Association is a hot ticket. So make sure that you encourage your kids to join. I guess we should have Jane come in and give a little blurb on alumni. And also, we'd like to thank the board members for everything that you guys have done. We have had our challenges, but like I always tell Linda, we may not always agree on everything, but I think that we kind of balance each other out. So that's a good thing, right? At the end of the day, we get the job done, and that's what's important. So I guess I will take this moment before we get to you, senior graduate. So it's not typical that we recognize parents in a way that volunteer on the board unless graduating out. But this year we do have some exceptional people that we do want to recognize, and the first one is John. And he's our financial secretary, who was on the ball, who dotted the I's and crossed the T's and all that good stuff.
And did all the spreadsheets.
He did, like, was amazing. I mean, I don't know without him, okay? Who's taking his spot? Jill? Yeah. Doreen. Oh, Doreen. Oh, yeah, sorry. He's a hard act to follow. But anyway, we did send you a gift, and it is somewhere in your email. I don't know. If it's not there yet, it's coming. And so thank you, John. And so he's graduating out next year, but he won't be returning. But we do thank you for everything you've done. And also we want to thank Joanne, who may be on Zoom. And she was one of our second co-vice presidents, who did a lot for the fundraising throughout the year. So we want to recognize her and thank her, and she did receive her gift today. So, okay. And then Ms. Cohen, we'll have you do the next one. This is another special award that's coming out.
Oh, good, thank you.
Did I do that?
Yes. Hi.
So, Mr. Dumont was supposed to be here this evening to present this next award that the PTA has asked us to present. It's to a man who, from the time he joined the Madison community, really kept to his word. He said that when I come here, I'm not going to cost anything. I'm going to bring the school to a level. And I don't think any of us really realized what that meant. Lunch applications used to just be a piece of paper to Madison. We didn't realize that with each application came thousands of dollars. And the importance of collecting them and ensuring that we make it to 62%. That 62% has truly enabled this instructional program to grow and opportunities for our children that I don't even think we could imagine living without. So on behalf of the PTA, we would like to thank Mr. Sosna for each and every one of us.
Thank you for helping us. You are the best, Mr. Sosna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys made it, and your children made it very easy to.
Thank you, Mr. Sosna. All right, so,
Yeah, okay, so I'm sure you all know the schedule. Yeah, okay. Get that.
okay, sorry, guys. Okay, come on. This is the wild woman. This is the
Okay, special thanks to Christine for her years with Trump Bank. She has
Yes.
of service, volunteering as financial secretary and treasurer, as well as time and energy, and she has a lot of energy. Spent working with the football club. Woo!
Yes, thank you. I just want to say, if you do have a child here, you should come to this school, see what it's about, look around, maybe volunteer some of your time. That would help more than money. Maybe your kids would feel a little more comfortable here, and they'd interact with some nice people. Have a good day.
Okay, so the schedule now, I'm sure you already know, unless your child's taking a region, they stay home until the 27th.
Yes.
If they're taking a region, you got an email and a phone call, right? Gotta get that call. So, when they take the region, and then they just stay home. Days that they don't have a region, and they come back on the 27th. And they won't be marked absent, I don't think, correct? They will not be marked absent. No, they won't be until the 27th. I think on the 27th then, but I don't know.
The 27th schedule is as follows. It's going to be put up on the website tomorrow, I believe. We are bringing the classes in for half-an-hour meeting sessions. At that time, they will be given their summer school programs. They're not printing report cards again. And they will go to the third period class. Starting at 8:30, we will be bringing in the 11th graders, 9 o'clock, the 10th graders, 9:30, the 9th graders. If your child is not at the third period, they come in at 9:30. And their official attendance and any paperwork will be given to them in the lobby. Seniors come in at 10 o'clock in the morning and go to the field area where they will be given their diplomas. It is an official attendance day. If your child plays a ball sport, all coaches are setting up mandatory team meetings on that day. Because one of the ways that children are not eligible for a sport is because of attendance. And that would hurt them. But that will all be on the website. Yes, sir. Thank you for everything. You've been amazing. We appreciate you, Rob.
So we already have the date set up next year's PTA meetings, and I'm not gonna be able to take that right now. So we will be sending out information in the email, and we also, just so you all know, if you're not on it already, we have a Facebook page, PTA, James Madison High School.
And so with that, okay, so Mrs. Bloom, we'll have you do it.
Okay.
Thank you. I have to head over. One of our wonderful teachers is retiring. We actually have a few teachers retiring this year. Ms. Rudder, our senior advisor, Ms. Stefano, one of our phys ed teachers, Mrs. Sanctus, our coordinator of student activities, is leaving us to go to the other M as the assistant principal of physical education. It's a huge for her. It's okay. I'm happy for her. We have a couple of great announcements. Congratulations, Madison community, our local councilwoman. Anyone know who it is? Come on.
That's a trick question.
Victor gave us $400,000. To use for capital funds. We're working on what it is. We have some ideas. So next year we will have short Wednesdays. So if your children tell you, it is true. So Monday, Tuesday, full day. Thursday, Friday, full day. Wednesday, they'll get out about 2 hours earlier. It's a much better day than Friday. Fridays I didn't like. Wednesdays we like. It gives them a chance to regroup a little, come back for activities, and everything resumes normalcy on Thursdays. Teachers need to have more time to work together to support students. It builds for a stronger community. Right now, enrollment numbers look really good. Whatever you're all saying around the neighborhood, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Other schools are complaining. Mr. Marino said he already accepted 970 incoming ninth graders. It's all of us. Otherwise, we're winding down. We're winding down, and then we're getting ready to start up again in July. I can't break tradition. I never start summer school. I leave that to Dr. Renoa, who heads up summer school. I run away for a week. And then we'll have a lot of summer rising programs. A couple of things to look forward to. We are going to be running mandatory parent meetings for parents of ninth graders and parents of seniors. Sorry, 10th and 11th graders, we're getting there. The reason we're doing ninth graders, we want to start with them knowing. The seniors, I can't get yelled at anymore. I can't. Twice this week at the main desk. No one told me. I didn't know. They've never registered on Pupil Path. They've never used Apparel. Exactly. Thank you. I love you. How could that be? If you haven't already requested additional graduation tickets, make sure you do it. Diplomas again are giving out on the 27th. The reason caps and gowns are given out so late, I've been asked this question. They're not graduates yet. They're not graduates until the opportunity to take that last region. Grades are not submitted until Friday. At this point in time, if everything stays the way it looks, we're looking at about an 89% graduation rate. I'm not happy. I want 90. We'll get there. We'll get there. I probably have 1,000,001 other things to share. We'll be sending out some emails. I'll set up a couple of Zooms during the summer to catch you up. But the one big thing, after school closes this year, delete your Pupil Path app. The DOE is no longer allowing us to use Pupil Path. Don't ask me what's coming. I don't know. But what I do know is, whatever it is, we will have people mastering it before we roll it out. I hope it's as good as Pupil Path, but I don't know. I don't like this. I'm a control freak, if you haven't noticed. Truly, thank each and every one of you on Zoom, in person, and I look forward to September being even stronger. Parents of graduating students, for your years of service to our community, we appreciate you. A special thanks to Christine. And I really have to say it. Living in the community that I work in can often be challenging. But I think the benefits are stronger. And the benefits of having friends like Christine, who when you know you need people to be on an executive board, and back then, we didn't have this many when her son started. It was my second year. And she was willing to step up. Thank you. Thank you for always being a strong supporter. Good night, everyone. Back to Christine so she can give one last recording.
Okay, last report. So this is a one-time donation that the PTA has given. This person was an old student, an alumni. So he gave his wife, he passed away. His wife. Wait, oh Lord, he might as well have fun the last day. So he's still around, but she gave us.
A couple of weeks ago, the Alumni Association hosted the Wall of Distinction. When you walk in, you see all those people, right? This gentleman, Howard Felcher, was one of the honorees. His wife decided to surprise him. In recognition of him being honored, she chose to give $20,000 to the school to support anything I chose. So I reached out to our PTA executive board and said, would you be willing to support and take the $20,000 on behalf of the school and give out monetary awards to students every year in honor of him and everything that he loves. So now Christine will read what those awards would be and how much.
I could do that.
For the next 4 years starting in September.
I didn't get that wrong. So there are lots of different awards. We're going to give to the literacy, someone who excels in that, $250 for 4 years for a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. Then he would like the money to go to ELL students who show all-around development in the English language, students who exhibit school spirit, citizenship, and the Basketball Achievement Awards will go to specific students who have an IEP or had an IEP. So we're trying to incorporate children with special needs or other things that may go out the wayside. So that money will be spread over 5 years, right? 4 years. Close. I was $5,000 times 4 years is $20,000. Lots of children on the list. So every year, almost 20 kids will get something.
Thank you, Mrs. Felcher.
Thank you, Mrs. Felcher. Thank you, Mrs. Cohen, for getting Mrs. Felcher to come see the Wall of Distinction and help our kids.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, so committee report.
Committee report. So football hopefully will start up again in September. Again, everybody that's on Zoom is here. Get your children involved. My son's going to be a senior, and he's involved in rugby and football and clubs. The best thing you can do for your students is to encourage them to be part of this community, because it not only makes them do better in school, but it helps them to get their own friends in different ways here. The best thing you can possibly do. So join clubs and sports. And also, parents want to use the concession stand for any sports during the year. Just email the PTA, baseball, basketball, and softball, whatever. We can go to the concession stand for any sport.
Thank you.
Back to you, lady.
Thank you, Kim. So we're going to go into old business. So for fundraisers, our most recent fundraisers was Sensi. Unfortunately, that only brought in $200. I think we actually had $120 in profit from that sale. But our consultant had donated $80 just to round up to 200. So yeah, so we're going to receive a check in July for the amount of 200. Also, today's 50-50. Yeah, drum roll on that. Right now, the bank is for $755. So the winner is going to receive $377.50. So at the conclusion of this meeting, we'll do a live draw on Facebook. And then also for our BJ's membership, that really didn't go too well.
It was either $5 or $10 that we received, whether it was a new or a renewed membership. And so I'm not really sure how much we're going to get on that. I haven't gotten her back from our consultant yet. We actually are sending in 2 additional applications this week. So if you still want to do the BJ's membership, go ahead and email your what was that? Actually, it was done this time. But I haven't sent in the last 2 in, so if you want to get yours in and either send in a check or cash, or that's it. Those are the only or credit card. Put your credit card information on the form. We will get that to our consult process for you. And then
Funny, and before you know it, it's going to be November. It's November Arrows. Tickets are $85. What we really, really need help with is soliciting. If anybody knows anyone that has a company, or a store, even